Aries. So this is your story. I've been sitting here with the cards and the energy to understand the story, and so if this resonates with you, you have gone through something majestically deep. Okay, let's start. I'm so excited. I love this energy. So let's start with the first card here. Start with the unseen. So right away I know that something has come to you through a dream or your senses. Some of you might have awakened to some of your sacred senses. So perhaps some of your clairs have developed. Some of you can feel presences around you, and some of you have had really, really deep, crazy dreams lately, very vivid. Some of you have just had a lot of revelations and a lot of information and things come to you or come out of you or developed in you. The second card we have here is the underworld. And so what it's telling me is these things that you have been seeing. So if you've been seeing, it's like having dreams or seeing things, it's very much of a dark nature. And I don't think of darkness as a bad thing. It's definitely been to the depth of, so for example, if you've had dreams, if you're having dreams and nightmares or very deep dreams or long dreams, vivid dreams, the imagery and the story of the dreams is actually telling you about something that happened to you in your childhood, the moment that a certain belief or a certain program was created in your DNA, in your being. These dreams are exposing exactly what those very first experiences were that created the program in you, the ego, or the story that then started developing and repeating itself in your life. But so you're seeing, so you're getting a lot of that information in your dreams, your very initial programming experiences. And what this card is telling me here, the crone, is telling me that not only the experiences that you went through were majestically impactful, I suppose in a hurtful way to you, but I think this card tells me more so that the story that this is going to resonate with the most are more so of an older audience, so 30 and over. I say older and then I say 30 in the same sentence. I didn't mean it like that. Older audience in terms of you've already gone through hell and back in your life. So not only like your patterns haven't happened 2-3 times in your life. Your patterns have repeated themselves at least 7 times. You're at that age, maturity in your life where you've experienced some things repeatedly through different phases, different things. I'm looking at my cats. It's their birthdays today. Anyway, your experiences have really been ingrained and shaped in you. This here is for somebody who's already ready to take their experiences and speak on them, understand them, integrate them, apply them to themselves and to their lives, and then speak on them. So what this is telling me is that you're seeing, or you're developing your abilities. So some of you just have developed abilities. And some of you are now seeing parts of you that so deeply hurt you at some point in your life, but you aren't scared to go there. You are not scared. This is literally somebody. What's her name? Persephone. This is somebody who's been to the deepest of the darks and is now in a point in their lives where they are ready to use all of those experiences, all of that healing, all of that growth and knowledge, all of those experiences, turn that knowledge into wisdom. And you are getting into a place where you are now applying those things and speaking on your truth. These over here, you are not scared. You are ready. Your healing is done. So if you're still in this stage, which is fine, if you're still in this stage, you still have some work to do to look into your psyche, into your subconscious. If you're in this stage, you've already done all of that work and you're ready to burst out into the scene about however your medium of communication is, or your job, whatever it is, you're ready to apply this and spit it out into the world. So the first animal card that came out, and it's so, the deer spirit says bring a gentle touch, which is amazing because it makes me feel of, the first feel I got was this card. So to me, the crone just feels so, just because this is like, the crone is like the witches that were burnt at the stake back years ago. But like not just witches, like sorceresses. Forgive my English. Especially when I'm on camera, all of a sudden my language. These are just the up levels of being a witch. This was like literally magic. Dark magic. There it is. But in this life, you're using that wisdom that you got from past lives in dark magic, and you're using it. It's asking you to transmute it now into what are you going to do with all this ability, with all this knowledge of darkness. This lifetime is asking you to bring those forward. So some of these dreams could very much be about your past lives, about your past darkness that you went through. And in this lifetime, you're meant to be a little bit more gentle about how you use those abilities. Here the beaver spirit is the next one that came out, and it says lay a solid foundation, and it's the second card. So it's telling me that from the animal spirit deck, it's the second card. So it's telling me that before you do anything with this information, make sure that you're solid first within yourself. And the card number is number 6, which I don't usually pay attention to as much, but since I did this time around, this is talking to me about self-love. Make sure you're balanced and you're stable within yourself before you push forward into this mode, into speaking up about your truth. This card to me is telling me, it's the lion spirit. There it is. Lion spirit, it says, be generous of spirit. It's very much, it's almost like, hey guys, it's almost this feel of bring a gentle touch and be generous of spirit. It's both telling me to use that magic, use these abilities that I've developed. If you can hear that, these are my cats. Use these abilities to, oh no, what's happening? Card is bent. That's new. Use these abilities in a more positive way, in a way that is more so going to benefit the world in a positive way. But it's also telling me, for some of you that may be having any doubt about really coming forward with these experiences, don't hold back. If you're having any doubts, if you're not feeling so confident, this is the confidence. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of coming out of those experiences and being alive and being able to tell them and really put it out there. This is what this card is telling me. Really just don't hold it back. Be generous with the world. Tell it exactly how it is. Oh, the card is bent and it's bothering me. Next card is Well Spirit. Well Spirit. Trust the great mystery. This is just this and this over here. Just the well to me is so expensive and like it's a trust a great mystery. Like you don't know how big this is, and the underworld is huge as well. It's a world. It's really a place where there's so much information, so many stories of, you know, of a sadder nature, of a hurtful nature. But there's a lot of positives in these. This is going into the underworld is where we learn and where we can build strength to get to know ourselves so much deeper that when we come out of it, we can rise that much higher. That's why the underworld is such an important place to go. These are metaphors. But the trust and begin is like just as much as this, of all of these experiences you've gone through, this is who you've come out as from all those experiences. And trust that this ability, that this person that you're becoming is this being with amazing depth and amazing like your arsenal of things to offer is you don't even know how big you are, how many options and how many things you have to offer. That's how huge your repertoire is. I just remembered I also wanted to mention with these, the crone and the deer spirit, the bring a gentle touch, is because the crone is very much of a feminine energy, and the deer to me it always feels so gentle and soft and smooth, a very gentle female energy. And so this is telling me take the darkness that you know so well and you're so powerful with, and bring your feminine touch to it in this lifetime as more of a positive influence to the world. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Yeah, so your next step after doing all of that is, and it came out right above this card too, the Gnosis card, which is really speaking on your truth. You know, look at there's a bird flying here, and you went through all of this around to come out right there. It went through all of this. The bird had to go through all of this to end up here. And so it's asking you to look at all of these experiences, and along the way, when you come up with an idea, bring them, focus. Whatever ideas come at you to speak on, or your truth, don't hold it back. Use them all to benefit your plans, to benefit whatever it is, the medium that you are deciding to tell these things on. And the last card for the animal spirit here is the armadillo. It says set healthy boundaries. Definitely if you're going to be this open, and this deep and this powerful in your life, in doing this if you're going to be this out there and this open about all this, first thing, once you've done this, lay your own foundation within yourself. Make sure that you set healthy boundaries now between you and the outside world. Because exposing or speaking your truth sometimes can be just a little bit too much for so many people to get, and you might attract. Because if you come from this, you can attract just as many powerful lower energies to you as high as the energies that you can offer from being a crone is. I hope that made sense. So definitely make sure that you're protected, in every way possible, depending on your medium, depending on what you are doing with your mission, with your life purpose, with your way of expressing things. So the first card for the Shaman Oracle deck was the Circle. And so this basically, since it was the first card, it really feels more so that going through the underworld really made you realize how connected everything is. So for example, you go through the underworld and you figure out a dark quality about you, or something about your ego that wants attention about something. You can turn that ego-based want or need, doesn't matter. So I want attention because maybe when you were in a certain phase in your life, you wanted attention because you didn't feel loved enough, or you didn't feel worthy, and so you went out and got a validation through certain means. Now you can turn that around, and everything is connected. So we're not like, ego death doesn't mean discard it, forget about wanting attention altogether. Now it's turn that quality of I like attention to what can I use wanting attention for that is more positive. So bring it all circle, bring it all circle, bring it around, bring it back around to a positive, and in a way that is going to reach many, so that you can connect. You will attract people that resonate with your story, and you'll be able to heal them in that way. So you'll realize that by bringing things full circle from a negative to a positive, you'll be able to help so many others, because we are all so interconnected. Of course they'll resonate. The Jaguar card here really just tells me the power that you've brought with you from the underworld. You're now this very patient, very cunning, a very calm, gentle presence that sees the darkness it's almost like it's nothing for you. You're not scared of it. It doesn't bother you. It actually feels like home. It's your element, and you're coming into your Jaguar power from those experiences. How you felt through this experience, through this going through the underworld and coming into your crone power, is the Thunder. So this is how I know how tough this journey is for you. It's like in the traditional tarot, it's the Tower. It's like it's crumbled. Like, going through this broke you down so deep, and it had to, for you to find. So if you notice here, the crow, the bird, is holding a coin. And so the only thing, once you went through this, it broke you down. All you came out with was this coin. That's it. You had to leave everything else behind because you were so broken down with the experience. All that came back with you was this one valuable piece, which is, your soul. It's the Star of David, I believe they call it here, which is really, it's almost like your Merkaba, your life force energy. It's like you went down there, you activated it, and now that's all you brought back with you. You shed everything else and you left it somewhere else. Oh no, I didn't realize. I thought it was just this card, the Moon, but it was a hidden card right underneath, which really is the top, because that's how they come out. Oh, that's wonderful. That's exactly what I was just saying earlier. The rainbow and the moon. It really is just, man, you went through it. You saw things. You saw illusions. You saw darkness. You recognize all it. Like, it's almost like I said, you went through many experiences, not just one or two or three. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just so many. And then after looking through all of your experiences in life, you came out with the overall lesson that got to repeat itself, and then you got completely illuminated for you, and everything just became clearer about why it happened, why it had to happen, and what it really taught you. And again, as above so below, the law of polarity, for me, it's super important. As dark and as painful and as excruciating that was, the flip side of that, which means however low you've had to go in life, is directly proportional to however high you're going to reach. So if you've gone to the deep down darkness of the underworld and you came up as a crone, it means that what you can offer and what you choose to offer, you always have a choice to use what you take and who you are for, you know, what people call good and bad, which is funny because the crone knows, there, like, it laughs at the face of good and bad. We all know there's no good and bad, there just is. But it's almost like now you know you can use that for whatever you want to do. Do you want to create more of these patterns, or do you want to start a completely new life, much more colorful, positive experiences, and a complete contrast? This is like changing your life from hurtful and just miserable, I'm going to use those words, to like uplifting, and now you're going to use your past for the greater good, that kind of thing. And then lastly here, the last two cards are the Middle World and Eagle. And again, this is speaking to me as the Middle World is here to bring your ideas to life. So now that you have all this power, now that you have all this knowledge, now you've come out the other end alive from this situation. And here the coin is a material thing. And so the Middle World is very much about our world, the physical, the things, the tangible things that you can touch and create. So what are you going to create? What ideas are you having? What is it? What is the dream, or what is the medium that you're going to use? Bring it, like this is telling you, bring it to life, but realize your power, but realize what the bigger picture is, or how much bigger. Dream bigger. This is what it's telling me. Dream bigger than you think, because there's always a higher view, and look at the bigger picture for whatever you're creating. Go bigger than that. Always look higher and higher and higher into, like, don't stop just at one goal, one thing. Like, just don't be too small about your dreams. So if you're a writer and you're like, oh, I can just write a short story about my life, and so this is telling you, no, that's too small. When you want to create this material thing, that you want to create this short story, really look at it at a higher view. There's so much more you can do with that. This could be a novel. This could be a Nobel Prize winner. This could be a script, like an entire film script, or not even just a film script, like a series, like what's the Game of Thrones one. This could be like, or Harry Potter. Like, think bigger. Don't think small story. Don't think small book. Don't think one movie. Think 7 movies. Think an entire series, 8 hours each, that kind of thing. 8 hours a season or something. So this is what I have for you. I hope it helps, and I will see you next time. Thank you.